And spawning in the top right corner of Mothership, we have the German Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom side of Mothership, we have the German Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Mals. It is HeRoMaRinE. Let's go. Let us go. Now, I should emphasize as well, that last series was pretty fast. You know, that was less than an hour long best of 5. On average, best of 5s are around an hour. They're around an hour long. That was under an hour. It was like 30 minutes. So, so really short games, really fast series between Clem and ShoWTimE. I bring that up because I expect this to go the distance. If you were watching the previous TVPs with both ShoWTimE and with Gabe individually, we saw a lot of macro. We saw a lot of late game. We saw a lot of macro games as well. Things did slow down quite heavily. And we're expecting that here in this series. We're expecting a very different kind of TVP. But we'll see. For now, ShoWTimE does scouts. He's checking the left-hand side. He will find that Gabe is nowhere to be found. Welcome to Mothership. Mothership is a 3-player spawn map. And again, Mothership is one of the more vetoed maps in the map pool. There's a reason why we did not see Mothership last series. Like, it's it's rarer to see Mothership, but it's more common to see it in best of 5s, right? Like, there are less vetoes available to you, so, you know, it's a best of 5. We get to experience Mothership. To see it here in game 1 is interesting. It might set the tone for the series. Mothership is very large map of the map pool, a lot of bases, a lot of space as well in the center, and we do often see a lot of late game on Mothership. We see a lot of late game. For now, economic opener. Ranks expand into a reactor, not a tech lab. Are we going into a 3cc? Are we going 3cc 3 racks? Okay, are we being greedy? Nah, okay. I mean, we are being greedy, but it is going for the factory follow-up instead. So going for his racks expand into factory. No early tech lab, no early cyclones, for example, and likewise no early Reaper Hellion. So still a pretty greedy build, as we are cutting corners, not playing safe. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE going to be opening up Stalker into Sentry, into Hallucination Scout across the map to get a read on what Gabe is up to. Opening up the doors. We're good. Meanwhile, it's going to be a Twilight Council opener. Twilight Council out of ShoWTimE. Oh, and ShoWTimE throws down extra gateways. That I was not expecting. ShoWTimE now scouts, now does confirm the 111 is now aware of the later tech and the later starports. But it's playing very safe, building up to 3 gates. And we'll see if he expands or goes for the robo. As we should be expanding. No, okay, no mind. There's the robo. Okay, so just very safe. Very, very safe play here. 3-gate bling into the robo, into a delayed third base. I mean, I may be a little bit influenced by the last series. Like, like again, Clem was hyper aggressive against ShoWTimE. And ShoWTimE, he never got to build up 3 bases. Like, it never happened. He never got to macro, in fact. So maybe a little bit scarred. Playing it as safe as can be. Hallucination Scout is denied. Is going to be tank follow-up into Cloak Banshee. From here, Gabe is getting ready to move out. Bearing in mind this is going to be a vanilla Marine move out. What I mean by that, no stim, right? There's no stim, there's no upgrades, no combat shields, no +1. The backbone of Gabe's army are going to be tanks and banshees. Tank does siege. Can he catch a stray unit? ShoWTimE does face check. Ooh, he does check. Checks with the face. Has to pull away. Did take shots to the face there. At the same time, ShoWTimE is saturating back at home, building up his forge. Charges on the way as well. This time not rushing into splash damage. Oh. Okay, he does on siege. Once again, he attempts to move out. Oh. ShoWTimE gets a Marine, gets one, gets two. Gets two Marine kills. Banshees are coming for the flank, not bad. And they should get at least one Stalker. Ooh. Barely not. Barely not, but again, HeRoMaRinE, he does make his way across the map. Big Gabe pushing further in. Ideally, he wants to take over the ramp. And we'll see if he can. Cyclone does get sniped. First tank sieges. Gabe pushing further in. He's rallying across the map as we speak. But I'm still not entirely convinced here that he has enough to break through. Oh my god, the tank shots are crazy though. The tank shots are popping up. Yeah, charge is not done. Yeah, the tanks a punished. Third tank has arrived and is getting a hand. This is very quickly, he's just snowballing out of control. Gabe is pushing further in. Now getting into the pylon. Stalkers, they can no longer engage, not against 3 tanks. That's not going to happen. Yeah, not anymore. Takes down the gateways, depowers the production, depowers the tech. There's 2 gateways left. He can warp in 2 zealots at a time. Yeah, only 2. Gabe has done it. No shot. Again, and remember, this was not an all-in. Like, Gabe, he's expanding. There's a 3rd TC. Remember, he was getting stim, +1. Like, sorry, +1 over here. Like, upgrades are on the way. Expansions on the way. Like, this was not meant to kill. Jesus. Gabe, calm down. Ooh, yeah, massive tank shots, forcing a bit of friendly fire. Ooh, a lot of friendly fire. 2 tanks go down. Okay. ShoWTimE is holding. ShoWTimE is holding on, and Gabe overextended. He did not protect his tanks. And ShoWTimE survives. Whew, okay, ShoWTimE does survive. Again, Gabe, he did push a little bit too far into the natural base, which means he was exposed to the zealots, so exposed to the flank. That could have been game. That was so close. But ShoWTimE is living. He's surviving. Now, as we settle into our game here, ShoWTimE didn't lose any probes. ShoWTimE's economy is still looking okay. It's okay. It's on a 3-base economy. 4th Nexus is on the way. What ShoWTimE did lose, though, was the Twilight Council and the Robo and extra gateways. Did lose a lot of production and tech. So he has to rebuild. Managed to take a lot of hits. Gabe does have momentum. He is ahead. He may not have killed, but remember, he has that later timing. Now we have stim. Gabe has stim. Does get back. Show some mind shots. Oof. And mind shots popping up. But that's still a sea of zealots chasing Gabe down. And Gabe, he cannot push into that. Load into so many charge lots. ShoWTimE is holding. ShoWTimE, he is holding on. Gabe, he has to back off. 4th CC is on the way. Now, there's still a massive window in time here before ShoWTimE has splash damage, because he did lose his robo, so everything's been delayed. Gabe can punish that as he moves out. So the Runby is getting ready for him to move in. Takes up a massive chunk of zealots. The Runby gets activated. You know, Gabe, he does kill the 4th. 4th base goes down. Zealots, they do get into the mineral line, catching up 5 SCVs. 6 SCV kills. Oh, at the same time, Gabe, he has to be careful. He has to respect those charge slots. Once again, he has to kite back. And he's trading well for himself. Yeah, picking up every single zealot. Now he can give chase with the sentries. As Stalkers as well. Yeah, gets both sentries. And a Stalker. Colossus has arrived. And again, ShoWTimE is barely holding on, but now we have reinforcements that he can chase. He can dive. He stims and he wins. He will catch the Colossus. He cannot get away. Colossus goes down. And ShoWTimE, he has nothing left. He has nothing left. Again, he took a lot of losses early on. And that didn't translate into an immediate win, but Gabe, he had enough of a lead. He had that lead. Okay, pulling back. ShoWTimE just struggling to hold on. He's trying, baby. He's trying. He's got a Colossus. He's got a couple of force fields, a couple of charge lots. Oh god, there's so many Marauders. Now Gabe still has to respect the army. He is up heavily in army supply, but still just taking it slow, calming down, claiming his fourth base, getting further ahead. Gabe, he has yet to confirm the fourth base location, but that should be his next target. Now he spots. He knows. Okay, now he's aware. ShoWTimE, can he stabilize? Oh, I'm getting deja vu. I just... we've been casting a lot of Gabe throughout the course of HomeStory Cup, and if you remember, there was a time where Gabe, he just kind of brute forced the issue, and he refused to make Ghost, and he refused to tech up, and he was stuck with a very mid-tier composition. Thankfully, I see an academy. I see a Ghost Academy. He's teching. Let's go. And my shot pops up. Again, Gabe, he's maxed out, so he doesn't have the entirety of his army here, but he has enough. He has enough to bully. Stimming on forward, they'll snipe the Colossus. There's 2 Colossus left. There's 2 remaining. Nice swipes though, very nice force fields. ShoWTimE just getting as much value as he can out of the Colossus. Mine shots are denied. His Vikings are rallying in. Yeah, going for that second Colossus, and they'll be able to get it. Yeah, with that, the main army has been broken. There's no more buffer. Takes on both Colossi, and with that, GG gets called. HeRoMaRinE will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A strong start there from Big Gabe, winding it back. Remember, Gabe, he did go for the early move outs. Pre-stim, pre-combat shields. He did push with Marines, a couple of tanks. It was 3 tanks in total and a couple of Banshees, and he was able to wedge himself in between the natural and third base and catch ShoWTimE with his pants down, getting on top of the tech, getting on top of the production, and the game almost ended then and there. That did give Gabe a massive lead, and that's why Gabe was looking very comfortable when it comes to the second push and the second wave, because ShoWTimE lost so much trying and failing to defend. I say failing, he survived the move out, he survived the push, but he lost so much in the process. He lost his army, he lost his tech, his production, lost everything. GG, well played. From there, it was smooth sailings from HeRoMaRinE, and now we're getting to game number 2. ShoWTimE, he just wants the macro. He just can't quite get there. Now, without taking some hefty losses, and we'll see if that changes here as we load into Tourmaline. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the German Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sentinels down in the series. Can he bounce back? It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the red Terran player, the German Terran representing Mals. It is HeRoMaRinE. Okay, we're looking. Lucky and Pappy is, oh, okay, for the first time this series, double gas opener out of Gabe, going for a faster factory, going for a more tech-heavy start from our blue Terran player. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE just going for a standard opener, and welcome to Tourmaline. Tourmaline is a smaller map of the map pool, shorter rush distance by ground, aggression is heavily favored here. We saw that Clem was able to strike ShoWTimE and knock him down very early, very quickly on this map in their series. We'll see if Gabe does something similar. I mean, so far he can't. I mean, he's already adjusting his build. Show us what you got. As again, we're expecting aggression. We're expecting chaos. But now factory is going to be on the way. Once again, a little bit further back to make it difficult to scouts. We can see that ShoWTimE is not going for the early probe scouts. Just going gate expanded to Cybercore. And from here, we'll see if ShoWTimE does deviate. We've yet to see an experience like a Stargate opener or a Robo opener. It has been Twilight Council every game so far, even against Clem. And once again, Twilight Council out of ShoWTimE. I mean, it's a very versatile opener. True. It is versatile. Reaper Vokes in. We have more Reaper Hellion amassing. At least initially. As Gabe does pull out. Does pull away. Looks like he's going to be investing into an extra wave. Okay, so he's going to be going triple Reaper, double Hellion. This is a bigger investment. The goal here for Gabe is to get into a mineral line, is to rush past the army, maybe kill an adept and get into that mineral line. He's still waiting for his next wave. Oh, never mind. Reapers, they already go in. Yeah, they're heading to the natural. They distract, sniping one. One probe goes down. Hellion is deflected. So far, an okay start. So we have the third Reaper and the second Hellion. They have now arrived. And Gabe, does he get into the main base? What's the plan here? Once again, splits up his army. Reapers, they deflect the adept. Gonna be forced out. Hellions, they don't quite make their way in. They do scout the Robo at least, and more importantly, we're at least containing, right? Gabe, he's containing ShoWTimE on 2 bases. Delaying the third. Is going to be 3-gate. Okay, so 3-gate blink into a Robo as well. Very safe play out of ShoWTimE. Very safe. Same build we saw last game, actually. Same build. Gabe did get into his starport, going for his mine drop at the same time, and we'll see if Gabe can distract ShoWTimE. Can he find damage? This is a big investment so far. Again, the Reaper Hellion, the Widow Mines. He's looking for damage. Ooh, losing one Reaper so far. Mine drop into the main base. ShoWTimE does react. It does react, does pull away. Oof. Meanwhile, Gabe does catch a Stalker. But will not get out. Yeah, it does not get out. We'll lose both mines. ShoWTimE counterattacking. ShoWTimE got a Warp Prism. Okay. That means he can start to warp in. He can be aggressive across the map. As he's moving out. At the same time, Hellions, they dive in. They can 2-shot. So far, getting 2. 3. 3 probes go down. ShoWTimE, he has blink. He can dive into the main. So far, there's only 1 tank. Just the 1 defensive tank. Second tank arrives. Just in time. Oh my god, goes to the blink. Tank punishes. Raven barely pulls away. Yeah, massive tank shots here on the Stalkers. And Gabe holds. Gabe holds onto his main base. Sends away ShoWTimE when behind Dark Shrine. We've been here before. DTs are on the way. They have potential. Not again. Not again. Was the one game that ShoWTimE won against Clem last series was the one game that he was able to slip out some DTs and force the instant GG out of Clem. Can he do it here against Gabe? Oh, the problem is that Gabe already has a Raven. Oh no, switch it in. Oh, Jesus. Keep it alive, Pappy. Be careful. Okay, he's fine. But that's the difference here is that in Clem's games, he never had a safety Raven. He had always gone Banshee or gone into drop play. Here, Gabe, he has stationary detection or mobile detection. That Raven. ShoWTimE picks in. Picks in, pulls away, claiming his fourth base. DTs, they've yet to really pull the trigger. I mean, there's no need to. Right now would be a waste. And there's at least potential for damage with the Dark Templar. There's potential. And for the first time this broadcast, ShoWTimE, he's saturating his third, and he's getting a fourth. Fourth base is on the way. Let's go. DTs are deuced by. They attempt to. Gabe out of position. DT rolling into the natural. Rolling into the main base as well. Things are getting chaotic here. SCVs are going down. There's the first scan. ShoWTimE. Oh no, he gets away. ShoWTimE, he does barely get away. Gabe, he commits. Yeah, he commits across the map. That's where his Raven is. Does deny the fourth base. Scan into the natural. There's still a Dark Templar in the main. And at the third base is denied as well. And we just collapsed on the army. Catch out the tanks. Oh my god, and Gabe is falling apart. Yeah, he's being torn apart here. Gabe had a good start, not gonna lie. Things were not looking bad at all, but again, he's just being caught out completely. Yeah, losing full medivacs as well. Oh my god, losing everything. Not a single unit gets away. Ay. Gabe, he denied the fourth base. That's great and all, but he lost the entirety of the army, and Gabe still doesn't have a third. The Invisible Man, they strike again. Yeah, they're allowing here for ShoWTimE to gain map control to contain the Terran. Gabe, he's stuck on two bases. Oh my god, blinking forward. It's time for one of the medivacs. I'll say one shot to the face. But in the wing condition for ShoWTimE, just contain. Just contain. Just delay the third for as long as possible. And this is just benefiting the Protoss for so much. For so much. Hola, papi, pura vida. Ah, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Buenas noches, papi. Buenas noches. ShoWTimE has momentum. He has that 30 supply lead. Collapsing on Gabe. Mine shots. They connect. Forcing a bit of friendly fire. And ShoWTimE plays it safe. Plays it safe, pulls away. Behind this, we got Colossus massing up. The Colossi are coming. And the problem here is that Gabe, he can't really afford Vikings at the moment. Because his third base is so delayed, he has a lot of catching up to do. Gabe is catching up. ShoWTimE still looking comfortable. As the Prism does sit by. This time dropping in Zealots. No major damage here, but ShoWTimE does preserve the Prism. Does recall back home. kills in time. As soon as Gabe moves out the Raven here comes. Oh, the Raven here comes to DTs. That's easy timing. Yeah. As soon as the Raven moved out to DT, they did strike. It was brutal. Likewise, limited scans. And ShoWTimE is maxing. ShoWTimE is maxing out. He has 2 Colossi, not too many, getting a second Robo, building up more splash damage. Again, there are no Vikings. The first 2 Vikings are on the way. Oh my god. Okay. Nice snipe with the Widowine. Prism goes down. Jesus. The mine shots are solid. But here come the Colossus. The lasers, baby. Oh my god. Colossi, they move in. Massive swipes. And ShoWTimE is going for the kill. He's going for the throat. He's at 200 supply. He locks down the army. A couple mine shots to connect. Couple of them to connect, but again, Gabe is being forced further back. He is slowly building up his Viking count. True, he's getting there, but now there's a 3rd Colossus. Soon to be 5, by the way. There's 2 more in production. 5 Colossus. Not like this. He's also getting to the mineral line. The Academy goes down. And ShoWTimE is snowballing out of control. Wasting the DPS here on the CC. So a bit of wasted DPS there from ShoWTimE. But he's still out trading. Takes down 11 ACVs. Oh, it could do with an extra warp in though. Again, you got to babysit your Colossus. It's very common for them to just be caught up on buildings, but GG gets called. The writing is on the wall, and ShoWTimE ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We have a back and forth here. Once again, the invisible man, yeah, you can always count on them, as they didn't necessarily end the game, but they crippled Gabe, right? As Gabe moved that across the map, bam, we had a DT in the natural, DT in the 3rd, and DT in the main. We had 3 Dark Templar, 1 for each base, and we saw that even with the scan, the DT survived as well, so we had critical damage, forcing the Terran player to be contained on 2 bases as well. Meanwhile, as we mentioned at the time, Gabe, sure, he killed the 4th base with his move out, but he got surrounded. He got surrounded and he lost everything. The entirety of the army, not a single unit escaped, and that just gave so much momentum to ShoWTimE. So much momentum, he was able to gain map control, contain Gabe, and bully him from there. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have a tied 1-1 scoreline, and we're going to be loading into game number 3, going to be loading into the Old Republic. Let's go. Let's go. As spawning in the top right hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the German Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the German Terran player. The blue Terran representing Mouse. It is HeRoMaRinE. Here we go. And we almost got a macro game. We were praising, we were like, yo, ShoWTimE's getting a 4th, let's go. Then he lost the 4th base, and then Gabe lost his 3rd, so we're stuck in the mid game there. A little mid game aggression in game number 2, just before we could really build up and really lift the tech up. Technically ShoWTimE did max, but again, Gabe, he was 1 step behind and he was stumbling his way into a longer game state. But here we go. We're going to be loading into the Old Republic. Once again, a larger map in the map pool, larger compared to Tourmaline, so larger map, longer rush distance, a higher chance that we do slow things down and embrace the longer game. Not saying that that has to happen, but there's a higher chance that will. We'll see. We shall see. As now, this time we have Gabe going for a single gas, ranks expand, economic opener out of our Terran player. Remember last game it was double gas opener into a committed Reaper Hellion. Into Mind Drop. Not this time. This time we're calming down. Turning on the aircon. Was it? Again, it's been a very hot summer. Very hot summer. We're surviving. Oh, meanwhile, for the first time this series, do you see what I see? Not a Twilight Council, Stargate. For the first time, not just a series, but for the first time this broadcast. Not a Twilight Council opener, going for the Stargate, opening up Oracle, looking to gain some economic damage across the map, and then gain map control with, I would imagine, Phoenix production. Okay. The Oracle does move out. Behind this, we have Gabe going for his own 1-1-1 into early Tech Lab, add-on swap, early Cyclone production, so a relatively safe build here by Gabe. He's playing safe. Meanwhile, of course, Gabe has no idea what's going on. No SCV Scout, no Reaper Scout. It's very common, very common to not scout early on. But that means Gabe is unaware of what's coming his way. He's unaware about the Oracles. Again, this is a more niche build in TVP. Is much more niche. Gabe has the tools to defend with the Cyclone, but is he going to be in position? Cyclone is outside of the natural. 2 more Maxes on the way. Adepts threaten a dive. And do we commit in? He may just dive with everything. Yeah, he's going for it. He's going for the Cyclone. Okay. Gets a volley off, but alas, Gabe quick to respond. Quick to pull away. Saves the Cyclone. Pulls back in time. Meanwhile, second Oracle into the main. Cyclone can only be in one location at once. It's going to be 3 SCVs. 4, 5. And it's getting at hand. Yeah, 5, 6, 7 SCV kills. Getting up to 8. 8 SCVs go down, and the Oracle did actually recall in time. Yeah, just barely. Just barely, the Oracle did recall. ShoWTimE takes a lead. Again, 8 SCVs, saves his high-tech units behind this building of his Phoenixes, gaining map control, and going Phoenix, not Colossus, but Phoenix into Charge. Charge does come online a little bit faster. If he believes that Gabe is going for like a 2-base all-in or going for a 2-base push, then Charge is going to be more ideal. Speaking of, Gabe has sustained a lot of losses, and what is the plan from here? Do we try to macro out of this and get a 3rd base, or do we go into a 2-base all-in? Based on the eBay, it looks like Gabe wants to expand. This eBay is going to take a while to get into +1. Keep an eye on him. As Gabe, he's rallying, he commits across the map. He pulls the boys. Okay, it's just okay, never mind. I was like, eBay means upgrade, right? No, it's just there for show. It's just so the eBay was a fake out, so we pull the boys. 2-base all in by Gabe. This makes sense because he fell behind, right? He fell behind, he sustained too many losses, too much damage. It's all or nothing. Either he kills or he dies trying. And we spoke about this. Ideally, against the 2-base all in, you have Charge. Charge is done just in time. And here come the Zealots, they're warping in. But he needs extra warp-ins. There are 7 gateways, sorry, there's 8, and now 7. 7 gates, army commits in, nice lift on the tank. It does barely lift. Oracles are going ham, probes, the boys are being pulled. And Marines are being cleaned up. Yeah, Marines are being cleaned up here, there's barely any Marines left. Zealots get on top of the tanks. And ShoWTimE holds. ShoWTimE, he holds, he defends, he cleans up the entirety of the army. Medivacs, they can barely get away. They save what they can. But GG gets called, the all-in fails, and ShoWTimE takes a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A cheeky build here by ShoWTimE, going for the Stargate, going for the Oracle. With that, ShoWTimE, he dealt critical damage. 9 SCVs went down, and because of so much economic damage, that forced the reaction out of Gabe, that forced the all-in. So he was forced into the all-in after sustaining all those losses. Unfortunately, as we mentioned, we saw that ShoWTimE wasn't being greedy. It is a little more standard to see Phoenix or Stargate into Phoenix into Colossus. And the problem with that is that it takes a while to get your Robo, to get your Bay, and to get your Colossus up and running. And once you have them, there's going to be, what, like 1 Colossus. That's why the boy pool is so good, because you can tank the swipes with your boys, with the SCVs, and then you can stim in and pounce on the Colossus. And you can kill. You can just straight up kill. So Gabe gambled. As we saw, there was no Colossus, it was charge instead, which is more ideal against this kind of all-in. GG. GG all played. So ShoWTimE read Gabe very, very well there. Did play it safe. And with that, ShoWTimE is 1 game away from claiming the series. Let's go. Let us go. As we are going to be loading into White Rabbit. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the German Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his hello. We have his opponent. We have the German it's proxy 2 racks. Let's go, let's go. We have the German Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Mal, sending out 1, sending out 2 SCVs. It is HeRoMaRinE. Let's go. Fun fact, if you remember, like coming into the series, I was like, okay, it should be different to the Clem matchup. We should be seeing some macro games. The answer is no. We have not seen a single macro game. We have not embraced the late game. I assumed we would on Mothership. Didn't happen, but we almost got there on Tourmaline, fun facts, and now we're here on White Rabbits. I was about to get into a small rant about like, oh, White Rabbit, known for macro, known for a lot of expansions, known for the mid to late game. Like, we'll get there. Nah. I'm not gonna get there. ShoWTimE, he does set up his own camera hotkey locations. He scouts, he checks, he confirms no racks. Single gas, the racks is missing. Something's wrong. ShoWTimE has to recheck the main. It is not uncommon for Terran players to hide their racks in the main base or at the natural or at the 3rd base location. So it is not uncommon. And you can see, yep, ShoWTimE is checking the natural. You can see he's intentionally checking behind the mineral lines because fake outs do exist. We can see it's not fake, but ShoWTimE has to confirm. As Reapers are amassing, ShoWTimE's getting his safety zealots. The zealot is just designed to buy time and to minimize losses. It's just meant to like aggro the Reapers and tank for them, or tank for the probes. First Reaper, ooh, does take a shot to the face. And First Reaper takes a hit. And now ShoWTimE is aware. He's aware of the proxy. We have the safety battery on the way, going for the Stargate follow-up. Oh boy. I mean, this is gonna work wonders here. It does cancel the shield battery. He does recognize doesn't need it. Now my concern here, we're a ways away from anti-air. Right now it's proxy Reaper, no Marine, and we need a tech lab. We need a factory into tech lab into Cyclone. Hoping that we have a Cyclone follow-up here, as Gabe is stuck on 1 base. There's a natural. ShoWTimE has the faster base on location. Now from here we should be seeing a tech lab into Cyclone production, but we saw something last game. Yep, there it is, tech lab. Last game there was a Cyclone. Despite that, ShoWTimE still found damage with his oracles. 1 Cyclone can only be in so many places at once. ShoWTimE still has potential. I would say that Gabe has the tools to defend, but he hasn't scouted yet. He doesn't know. Reapers, they attempt to dive. Oracles are moving out. And there should be a Cyclone defensively. And there will. As your Oracle breaks in, gets one, gets two SCVs, gets a full scout of the main, confirms both CCs, but doesn't get any critical damage. Again, the Cyclone was in position. Cyclone was ready. A second Cyclone on the way. Reapers, they scout the Oracle. Oh, so we're getting into triple Oracle? Jesus. Oh no. We're building up to triple Oracle, and we see Gabe moving up with the Cyclones back at home. What is it to defend? There's going to be one Viking. The DPS rate on a Viking is so low, though. It has such a low attack rate. Gabe is in danger. He's okay, does catch reinforcements. The Oracles, they commit. They're committing in. Remember, there's a third Oracle on the way, by the way. Yeah, third Oracle has arrived. It goes ham. 4 SCV kills, and we're going further into the main. And this is becoming critical damage here. Or it should. Getting up to 6, 7, 8 SCVs. We can see the Gabe races back home. That's going to be 11 SCV kills, and you can see the Viking does not get damage done here. One Oracle goes down. One Oracle for 11 SCVs. Not like this. Sorry, 2 Oracles. Okay, it's a little bit better. But bearing in mind the Gabe, he already had a rough start, right? It was already a failed proxy. Already failed proxy Reaper. Now into a delayed push with the stifled economy. Yeah, ShoWTimE is in position. He's getting his battery. Battery's on the way. Third base is a little bit delayed here for ShoWTimE. True. But I mean, he's ahead economically anyway. Like, there's no rush. As here comes the third. At the same time, the Oracle does go for the dive. Gets maybe one. Does he recall? Oh my god. Just barely. Just barely recalls in time. And ShoWTimE is being active. Blink will finish up by the time this Hammer gets across the map. And again, Gabe, he is hurting. Gabe, he's down to 33 SCVs. Like, he doesn't really have much of an economy. Now, when it comes to the army supplies, Gabe actually has a lead himself. So the army supplies are actually favoring the Terran. But ShoWTimE doesn't have to kill. ShoWTimE, he has a third. He can just chill. He can expand. He can macro. Going for the Cyclones. Gets one. A bit of miscontrol there by Gabe. Had a later reaction. As Gabe is distracted, up to shading to the mineral line. Oh, no. Second Cyclone goes down. He'll lose both Cyclones. Then they bust into the mineral line, and that is game-ending damage. That is game-ending. That is critical damage here. Gabe is all in. He's all in. He's rushing across the map. Gabe, he will lose everything back at home. And either he kills a ShoWTimE or he dies trying. He's going to rally everything. He's got 27 Marines. There's a sim. Stim's in. Ooh, the tank is exposed. Tank does go down. The stasis. Oh my god, massive stasis trap. He gets caught out as well. Fighting with half his army. Only half. Yeah, ShoWTimE, he will just clean this up. Down to one Viking. Viking goes down. Medevac as well. GG gets called, and ShoWTimE, he will claim the series 3-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew, GG, well played. ShoWTimE, he will claim the series. Again, a very intense back and forth here. I was expecting that this series would be a little bit slower paced, would lead into the mid game, into the late game. Never happened. It never did happen. We got close on Tourmaline. We got close, but even then we saw that ShoWTimE had a lead from earlier in the game, and he was able to just capitalize on that and snowball into a win, denying the third base of Gabe with those Dark Templar. Of course, if you remember, the DTs were insane on Tourmaline. But even before that, even here, Gabe just had a really rough opener. He went for the Proxy Reaper and he did no damage. Like, we saw that ShoWTimE was playing safe, did make the early Zealots. He responded, reacted with the Stargate, with the Oracles, and he did devastating damage with those Oracles, and of course with the follow-up as well. In the end, the Proxy Reaper really set Gabe behind. Because of that, his factory was late, his CC was late, his 2-base saturation was late. It's like everything was heavily delayed because of the Proxy, and it wasn't worth it. Was not worth it. GG, well played. With that, we do have our top 2 players of HomeStory Cup. HeRoMaRinE, sorry, ShoWTimE, he takes down HeRoMaRinE. HeRoMaRinE, he gets knocked out. Now, I do want to give some credit to HeRoMaRinE, of course, though, because even though Gabe gets knocked out in the lower bracket finals, even though he makes it top 3, who did he surpass in this tournament? Raynor and Serral. Raynor, he went down in the quarterfinals. Serral went down in the semis. Gabe actually beat Serral in the lower bracket semifinals. So Gabe, he did achieve so much here in this event. May have gone down to ShoWTimE, but ShoWTimE is arguably the best Protoss player in Europe, right? At least top 2 with max packs. Like ShoWTimE, you don't get better than ShoWTimE when it comes to European Protoss. So again, ShoWTimE, there's no shame in going down to him. He's a worthy opponent to fall to, and in the end, Gabe does end his run here in 3rd place. GG, well played. Congratulations to ShoWTimE, as ShoWTimE does advance on to face off against Clem in that rematch. Clem took down ShoWTimE earlier 3-1 in a 30-minute best of 5. Like, that was a really short series. That was a really short series, a really fast matchup in the upper bracket finals. We'll see if the grand finals makes up for that. We shall see. We shall see. For now, though, we're going to be cutting to a break. When we come back, we'll have the grand finals. We'll have that best of 7 between Clem and ShoWTimE. We'll have the rematch. We'll see you soon. See you soon after the break.